Hello everyone and welcome to today's video, Creature Feature Modern Day Animals, Sloths. I love sloths, they're my favorite animal. Here's a sloth, there's a sloth, there's a sloth, there's a sloth, there's a sloth, and here's a sloth. And as you can tell by all the sloth stuff, I love sloths a lot. They're my favorite animal. There's a type of sloth that was extinct from many years ago in the Ice Age. He was actually in the Ice Age films, and it was this big, it looked a bit like a dog nearly, and it stood on two legs. It was huge, and it didn't live in trees. It lived on the ground, and it's from the Ice Age, from the film. His name was, I can't remember his name. He's got the weird Wally face's eyes. They're like right here. Sid the giant ground sloth. And there was one in the Ice Ages, and in the third Ice Age he made friends with a T-Rex and its babies. But we're not talking about Ice Age. That's a completely different channel I don't even have about films. But we're talking about these ones, the little small ones that live in trees, and we're in Zootopia, or Zootropolis, depending where you're from. And also, I think there was one in Rio. We're talking about them ones, my favorite ones. So the first fact is, there isn't just, your three-toed sloths, two-toed sloths, that's it. No, there's the main sloth, the pale-throated sloth, the Hoffman's two-toed sloth, which I've actually got a relative going by the name of Hoffman, the pygmy three-toed sloth, and the brown-throated sloth. So, and of course then the little three-toed sloth and the two-toed sloth. I don't have a two-toed sloth here, but they've got pink, they look a bit like the giant ground sloths. Sloths are pretty good swimmers for an animal that lives in the trees. And an animal that was featured in Star Wars as Chewbacca. That's not the point. But if there was no sloths in the world, there'd be no avocados. And I've got a relative also who loves avocados.
And a daddy.
And my daddy loves avocados. So both of them are probably watching this. One of them watching it in a toy shop. And they
Give her
love...
a shout out.
Shout out to Fifi O'Neill, who loves avocados.
And sloths.
You should thank the sloths, Fiona. Sloths, they're pretty small, about the size of a dog, and they're slow, but they're 3 times stronger than us. If you can just picture in your head a sloth going with a weightlifting sloth. My daddy now has a competitor. They poo 1/3 of their body weight at one go. They poop only once a week. And the only time they ever leave the tree is to go toilet. They're actually blind. They aren't very good at seeing things exactly. So if some predator, like a jaguar or a harpy eagle, is coming for them, they're going to be like, "Oh, hey, it's Cousin Joe!" And that's why sometimes they'd be like, "Oh, look, a tree branch. Why do I feel someone on my arm?" Ah! And they'd fall out of the tree because they hold on to their own arm. if you can just picture this fella going, "Oh look, it's a tree!" Ah! So they're not very smart either. It takes them a full 30 days to digest one little tiny leaf. Just one of these little tiny leaves. It can take them 30 days to digest. Just a single leaf. Just one leaf. And they can starve to death on a full stomach. They love their food, like their leaves and twigs, and buds and berries and fruits. They hang upside down in the trees, and their organs, like their heart and lungs and stuff, are attached to their rib cage, so they can hang upside down without any breathing problems, and they won't say, okay, I forgot what it was, but the ostrich said it in Dr. Dolittle, the new one. But I think it's something like head upside down, everything turning red, or blood's rushing to my head, everything turning red. They have no incisors, which is these teeth, their teeth. I don't know if they were my incisors, but their teeth. They do have teeth, but not the incisors. So that's why they smack their big old firm lips together to trim leaves like. That's probably disturbing. I'm sorry, all my viewers. They can live to 20 to 30 years, which is old enough, about the same age as a horse. Not that they're related in any way. As I said, their predators are the jaguars and eagles, like harpy eagles and clouded leopards. Oh, wait, jaguars, not leopards. Never mind. They move through the canopy of South and Central America at a whopping speed of 40 yards per day. That is a very fast animal, as they are the fastest mammal on the planet. They've got a symbiotic relationship with algae and fungus and moss that grows on their back. The sloth gives the algae shelter and water from its fur, and then the algae gives the sloth camouflage and nutrients in their skin. They give them camouflage since if there's so much algae on the sloth's fur, they can literally turn green, like Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc. And did I mention they've got this permanent little smile on their face? They look so happy all the time. They're just happy looking dudes. And dudettes. Is that what you Americans call them? This is my TY sloth, but sloths are good swimmers. I think I mentioned that, but it's surprising because they're a mostly tree-dwelling animal, and they're somehow good at swimming. They're actually faster in water than they are on trees and land, and they aren't even like a sea animal. So I thought, like, oh yeah, seals, they're meant to be faster in water because they're mostly a sea animal, but then you got this tree animal that is faster in water. They leave the tree once a week to go toilet. Once a week. It takes them 7 days to digest a full tummy. They eat quite a bit of food. They eat lots of leaves and twigs and buds and all that sort of stuff. Plants, planty stuff. They're kind of a vegan. Apart from the two toads, their cousin, which eats, they're omnivorous, which means they eat both plants like the leaves and buds, but they also then eat bugs like maybe crickets or flies and stuff like that. In this picture there's a monkey and a parrot, but as you can see, there's this adorable little baby sloth on his mommy sloth's back. which brings me into something saying that sloths, they carry their babies on their tummy or their back, like most tree-dwelling animals, like monkeys. They do that, and so do apes. I'm gonna do a video soon on discussing the differences of apes and monkeys. Because I go to the zoo and someone says, "Oh, look at the big monkey!" And actually, it's an ape. It's a big chimpanzee, and it's not a monkey. They're not monkeys. If you look at a squirrel monkey, it's small. And okay, I'm not going to spoil the differences because then people aren't going to watch the video. But that's the end of today's video. I'm not going to say this week's video because there's a new video coming this week. 2 videos in 1 week. A little suspicious, Joseph. What's up your non-existent sleeve? I'll see you tomorrow in a very new adventure. I hope to see you then. Goodbye.